Top of the morning to you on this Tuesday, September 9th. I'm SBJ senior writer Joe Lemire bringing you the Morning Buzzcast. The NFL? So hot right now. We've started receiving the first of the new Nielsen big data numbers, and NBC drew the second best NFL Kickoff audience ever on Thursday night. And as our Austin Karp notes, it was on pace to set the record if not for an hour-long weather delay that pushed the game well past midnight on the East Coast. The 12:18 ending time was nearly an hour later than what is typical for a Sunday night game, for instance. In all, Cowboys-Eagles drew 28.3 million viewers, behind only last year's Ravens-Chiefs game at 29.2 million. With a 21-20 halftime score keeping things close, the audience had a record peak of 34.3 million after averaging nearly 32 million until the weather delay. Streaming accounted for a little less than 5 million of the total audience. That's a sizable number, of course, but that still means traditional broadcast accounted for more than 80% of the audience. YouTube, meanwhile, reported a global audience of 17.3 million for its Friday night Chiefs-Chargers game, with the vast majority, about 16.2 million, originating from within the U.S. That does include the over-the-air broadcast from within the Kansas City and San Diego markets, where it was required to be carried, in addition to the stream. We'll get more numbers in the coming days, but there was another milestone worth highlighting from the weekend. During the late afternoon window, a fourth-quarter QB sneak from the Broncos' Bo Nix resulted in the first virtual first-down measurement in NFL regular season play. Rather than the iconic but archaic chain gang trotting out onto the field, Hawkeye technology, using 6 8K cameras, saved them the trip and determined that the tight end stopped Nix on 4th and 1, a full 10 inches short of the first down, resulting in a turnover on downs and a footnote in history. The NFL has shared that it typically averages about 12 measurements per week of football, which is a little less than once per game, and that the virtual system is expected to save about 45 seconds per use. That adds up to about 9 minutes on a typical weekend, although that Broncos tight ends usage was the only instance of the tech from the first 15 games. Meanwhile, over to basketball, where momentum for the NBA Europe continues to build. This time it's Hall of Famer Tony Parker, who, while making a promotional visit to China, told the China Daily, quote, NBA Europe League for me is just a matter of time. They are coming, and it's going to happen. That affirmed what sources told our Tom Friend about the European Offshoot League being imminent, meaning a likely launch within the next 2 years. The Rain Group and JP Morgan have been involved in helping set franchise fees that are expected to fetch between $500 million and $1 billion. Commissioner Adam Silver and his deputy, Mark Tatum, spent time in London and France this summer laying the groundwork, and they will report back their findings to the Board of Governors at meetings this week. Parker is owner of a franchise located in a suburb of Lyon, France. The likely framework is for a league of 14 to 16 teams, of which his would be the second French club alongside one stationed in Paris. In his other comments, he noted that an agreement between the NBA, FIBA, and the EuroLeague is, quote, the key to success of European basketball. Ticketing platform StubHub is seeking a valuation of $9.2 billion in its initial public offering, according to a Bloomberg review of its U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filing. The goal is to raise up to $851 million by selling 34 million shares. StubHub, which will trade on the New York Stock Exchange as Stub, originally planned to IPO this spring before uncertainty around tariffs delayed that. It's now reportedly expected to hit the market on September 16th, a week from today. StubHub was founded in 2000 and acquired by eBay for $310 million back in 2007. Original StubHub co-founder Eric Baker reacquired it in late 2019 for $4.05 billion. That timing right before the pandemic was unfortunate, but as we've all seen, the live events market has started booming again. This $9.2 billion figure is reflective of that healthy market. Best known for its secondary ticketing market, StubHub just last week announced a multi-year agreement with MLB that will include some primary market tickets beginning in 2026 as part of its designation as an official direct issuance partner of Major League Baseball. In MMA news, I can report that tech-forward publisher Minute Media, which produces Sports Illustrated and the Players Tribune, among others, has reached a deal to acquire Videoverse and its AI-powered highlight product, Magnify, that takes a video stream and automatically clips it into short, digestible video clips. It can even recognize what's happening on the field of play and pick the most important moments. Minute Media also acquired STN Video in January 2024. STN Video has rights agreements with every major U.S. sports league among its more than 250 content providers. Minute Media president Rich Routman told me about STN that it is predominantly a distribution and monetization business, so the addition of Magnify, quote, allows us to be involved in the creation part of that as well. I spent last Thursday at a pair of events in New York City, beginning with a 5K jaunt around the city as part of the Nike Run Club. This particular edition was preceded by a sneak preview of the relaunch of its iconic Just Do It campaign, this time with the twist of Why Do It, featuring the work of Tyler, the creator, and appearances in the creative from Carlos Alcaraz, Saquon Barkley, LeBron James, Caitlin Clark, and Scottie Scheffler, among others. It's a reinvention of its signature slogan under new Nike CEO Elliott Hill, who's been on the job for a little less than a year now, and who popped in and spoke to the Run Club crew for a few minutes while we were there. Chief Innovation Officer Phil McCartney and new Chief Communications Officer Michael Gonda were among the other C-suite executives on hand, in part also to launch the Vomero Premium, a new running shoe with Zoom X foam that was, quite frankly, the most comfortable impact-free sneaker I've ever tried. But more on that another time. It's been a pivotal year for Nike, with Hill taking over as CEO and implementing his Win Now strategy to refocus the business on key verticals and key markets. He restructured leadership in the spring and recently announced plans for layoffs that will affect less than 1% of the corporate staff. There's some recent momentum behind the brand as Nike stock is trading almost 15 points higher now than it was in June. It's definitely a story worth following. Later last Thursday was the Bloomberg Power Players event on sports, and the most headline-grabbing session of the day included WNBPA Executive Director Terry Jackson, who spoke about the ongoing labor fight with the league and the players' clear priority for a salary system tied to the business. NBA players, for example, currently earn about 50% of all basketball-related revenue. W players reportedly only receive about 9.3% of league revenue right now. And the WNBA is about to make a lot more, roughly $200 million annually through the new media rights deal, plus one-time payments of about $750 million in total from 3 expansion fees. Lastly, Lionel Messi played what was possibly his final home match as part of the Argentinian national team. Argentina, the defending World Cup champion, has already qualified for the 2026 tournament, but Messi has not yet committed to competing. Notably, he first retired from international soccer way back in 2016, only to return 2 months later to help Argentina qualify for the 2018 World Cup. But after the weekend match, Messi said of his prospect of playing in 2026, quote, "Because of my age, the most logical thing is that I won't make it. As you might imagine, I will now be appropriating that excuse in my social life. Ask me to attend a dinner starting after 8 p.m. or to start a TikTok account, and well, here's what I say to that. Because of my age, the most logical thing is that I won't make it." Thanks for tuning in to the Morning Buzzcast on this Tuesday, September 9th. I'll be back in the recording saddle again tomorrow. Until then, this is Joe Lemire, signing off.